foot. I did not stinking record that. Are you kidding? All right, so number 5 says I want to get the definite integral, the area from 4 to 5 of this function. So here's 4, here's 5. So I want this area right here. What is that object right there? What is this object from 4 to 5? Triangle. This base is 1, that height is 4. So this is going to equal 1/2 the base times the height, and you can quit right there, or you can get crazy and get 2. Yes. Number 21. Hope it's down here. 21 says the integral from -2 to 3, and then it says f of x equals, or sorry, of f of x minus 3. So this is a transformation problem. What does a -3 do to the functions when it's out there all at the very end of the transformation? What does that mean? Moves it down 3. Moves it down 3. So you could either take every one of these points right here and move them all down 3, but we're only worried about from where? -2. So here's -2 over to 3. So I would forget about the rest of this. So I can either make a new graph and take this point and move it down 1, 2, 3, or I can say, hey, I'm going to act like this isn't even here. If I move that up 1, 2, 3, this would be my new x-axis right there. You see how that would move this down? So now this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. And I'm going from -2, let's see, -2 is 1, 2, which is up here actually, 1, 2. So we want to bring this straight down. We got that deal right there. Then I'm going to have to bring another vertical down here because of the slope changes. So I got a trapezoid right here. Then over here I got a triangle. And then over here, I've got another trapezoid right here. And I'm going to how far? -2 to 3. 1, 2. All right, we're stopping right here. I'm going to get rid of this extra stuff that is extra. That's going to might mess my brain up looking at it. Okay, so I want this trapezoid right here. So the parallels, this parallel and this parallel, those are my bases. So from here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got base of 7 plus this base right here is 1, 2, 3 plus 3. And then my height is from here to here. So from there to there, 0 to, or -2 to 0 is 2. And I divide by 2, but this is under, because remember, this thing right here is my x-axis, right? So this whole thing is under here, so this shaded area has to be what kind of number since it's under that x? Negative. So there's that trapezoid. Now I'm going to do this triangle. This is 1. This is still 3, so this would be plus 1/2 the base of 1 and the height of 3. But it's also under x, so instead of actually plus, it's also a minus. And then I got another trapezoid right here. Oops, it's sorry, it's above right there, right? My bad. So this trapezoid is above. Oh my, we got a problem here, don't we? Okay, I just made a mistake on this because my base is not 1, because do you see right here, this does not intersect on the x-axis, right? So you guys should have been yelling at me. So this is going to be a little bit of a harder problem. I need to figure out the equation of this line. So the equation of that line is going to be y equals something minus 3, something x minus 3, because my y-intercept's -3, right? And my slope is going up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. So my slope is actually a 4 here. My slope is a 4 there. So I want to find out what the value of this x is, this value of x, when this graph crosses the x-axis. So when it hits an x-axis, that is a 0. So when I solve this, that means this is going to be where x equals 3, 4. So in other words, this is not really 1 anymore. This is not 1. This is 0.75 right there. So that made that problem really hard, so we need to come over here and change that to 0.75. So what that means is there's 0.25 here, and then so I guess we really can't get this one also, because we need the whole base. So we should actually do algebra, but I'm telling you that's going to be 0.25 too. Just to save some time. So we got 1, 2, 3 plus 0.25 plus 0.25. That's 3.5. So one of my big base is 3.5 plus my little base up here is 1, 2, 3. My height is from here to here, which is 1 over over 2 is the formula for that trapezoid. Pretty hard problem. That's pretty tough. Okay. You want me to show you how to get the equation of the other line? Okay, I'd use point slope formula is what I'd use. So I'm going to get the equation of this because I know here's a point on the graph right there, right? And that point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That point is 4, 1. And then this slope is down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. So that slope is -4. So that would be y minus 1 equals -4 times x minus 4. Okay, and again, we want to get this value when y is 0. So we want to put a 0 in for that because this is the x-axis, right? That's the x-axis. So I would want to, I guess I'm going to divide by -4, so that would be 1/4. And then I'm going to add 4 over, that would be 4 and 1/4. So that's where that's 4, so that'd have to be 4 and 1/4. That makes that 0.25 I told you it was going to be. Okay? Anybody else got anything? Yeah. 14. All right, so there's a constant in there with it. So because there's a constant in here with it, a rule of integrals is you're allowed to move a constant outside the graph, outside the integral symbol. It's called a scalar, is what we call it in math classes. The scalar multiplication of -3. You've probably heard that if you've done any matrices. I don't know what your teachers teach you. So now we go back to our original graph, and we want to get this from -3 all the way to +2. Well, this thing right here is a triangle, right? So to get this area, it's going to be -3 times. I want to get this area. This base is 3. That height is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 1/2 base times height. But where's that in relationship to the x-axis? Isn't this under the x-axis? So that makes this a negative. And then coming over here, I need to get this object right here. Well, this happens to be a lot right here. Oh, I can't get on the line. What is that object? Trapezoid. We have a parallel and a parallel. Those are my bases. So this top base is a 1. This base is 1, 2. Here's my height because that's the perpendicular distance between them. That's 4, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be plus base 1 plus base 2 times the height of 4 all over 2. So let's see what we got here. This is -3 times -6 because that goes to 2 times 3. And then this would be plus, those reduce out. Oh my, we got a whole 0. So this whole area would be 0. The top area cancels out the bottom. Anybody else got anything?